Titles: USGS, Science for a Changing World. Start with science. USGS Climate Connections, on a sidewalk.
Welcome to USGS Climate Connections in Colorado. I'm your host, Jessica Robertson.
Titles: From locations all across America, your climate questions matter. She talks to a woman with 2 children on the sidewalk.
In this episode, we're in Denver. Join us as we go into the city and see what questions people have about climate change.
On a map, a line stretches from USGS on the East Coast to Denver in the West. Titles: From locations all across America, your climate questions matter. Climate Connections has answers. The sun shines down through a forest of thin, straight trees. Titles: From the world's leading research scientists, real answers on climate change. With footage of snow-capped mountains in the background, a skier joins others on a slope. Titles: USGS, Science for a Changing World. Climate Connections. Question 1, on a sidewalk.
Hi, my name is Random Temple, and I'm from Denver, Colorado. And what is it exactly that has been affected specifically in Denver and Colorado or in neighboring areas? And what can I do to inform myself or be better informed in general about the subject of global warming?
Research physical scientist Darius Simmons.
Climate scientists predict that Colorado will on average become warmer and drier in association with climate change. This means that our winter sports season will get slowly shorter and less frequently epic. The winter sports industry supports more than 37,000 jobs and contributes $2.2 billion to the Colorado economy each year. And this is just one example.
People ride river rapids.
Less snow and warmer weather means less water available for river recreation, irrigated agriculture, and even just drinking and other daily uses.
A dog laps up water.
Water availability has become an issue of increasing concern in Colorado and across the globe.
Title: Start with science.
To learn more about climate change in Colorado, there are a variety of information sources such as our USGS homepage, usgs.gov, or those of other state and local government agencies. Universities also have a lot of information about climate change.
Title: Climate Connections. Question 2, on a sidewalk.
I'm Lauren, and I was just wondering if the wildfires this summer were related to climate change.
At a brick wall.
Hi Lauren, my name is Deborah Martin and I'm a research hydrologist at the U.S. Geological Survey. The 2012 fire season in Colorado was the most destructive on record, burning over 600 homes. Overall, it seems highly likely that warming temperatures have led to an increase in the fire activity, but there are other factors as well. For example, we have over 3,000 acres of dead trees as a result of mountain pine beetle and other insects, and those trees are more susceptible to burning under certain conditions. Also, we have 95,000 homes in forested areas that are prone to burning, and we have more ignitions in those zones. So, in summary, the combination of warmer temperatures, fuels, and ignitions have led to an increase in fire activity. Thank you.
Title: Climate Connections. Question 3, in a mall.
Okay, hi, my name is Robert Olzak. I'm visiting from California in Denver for the next week or so. Just had a question regarding the bark beetle infestation that you're currently experiencing here in Colorado and that we've experienced recently in California. Just wanting to know if the bark beetles had anything to do with the climate change or global warming, or if it has nothing to do with any of those things. Thank you.
In an office.
Hi, good question. I'm Jenny Briggs, research ecologist with USGS, and this issue of bark beetles and their increasing impacts has been linked to a number of factors, some of which are related to climate. I study mountain pine beetles here in Colorado's pine forest, so I'll use those species in my example. First, if we think about the trees, just like the suggestion that older people get flu shots, trees are also more susceptible to damage as they age. And right now, most western forests are actually dominated by trees 100 or more years old, often growing in dense, crowded stands that haven't been logged or thinned or burned for a while. So those trees in those conditions are really ripe for beetles to attack. Secondly, warmer and drier climate patterns decrease the tree's ability to produce the sap that helps them resist or fight back attacks by beetles. And finally, winter and fall temperatures often haven't been cold enough for long enough to kill off the beetle larvae as they grow inside the infested trees. So overall, the warmer, drier climate patterns have contributed to weakened trees and exploding beetle populations. Thanks.
Title: Climate Connections Question 4 on a sidewalk.
Hi, my name is Brian, and I was just wondering how the ocean changes the climate and vice versa.
In front of a white wall.
Hi, I'm Bob Stallard at the U.S. Geological Survey in Boulder. And yes, oceans do have a big role in controlling climate. Oceans have a tremendous capacity to absorb and release heat and moisture with the atmosphere. And in this role, they absorb about 1/4 of the carbon dioxide that's being released into the atmosphere by human activities today. Land absorbs another 1/4 and about half remains in the atmosphere. Oceans also move heat around, and the heat and moisture from the oceans drives weather, even well away from the ocean on land. And heat also drives big ocean storms such as hurricanes. And so more heat, more and larger hurricanes can happen. And also, if you cover the ocean with sea ice, you break the ocean-atmosphere connection, and you can change regional climate. For example, in the Arctic, where sea ice is melting, the potential for changing regional climate is huge. Thank you.
The video of Stallard is moved aside and replaced with Robertson.
That's it for this episode. We hope you join us again next time for USGS Climate Connections.
Titles: From locations all across America, your climate questions matter. USGS, Science for a Changing World. Against the background of a U.S. flag, title: Start with Science. On a map, a line stretches from USGS on the east coast to Denver in the west. 2 people ski down a slope covered with snow. In Denver, a long commuter train goes around a curve. Titles: USGS Climate Connections. Produced and directed by Jessica Robertson and Ray Douglas. Funding to purchase and make this educational program accessible was provided by the U.S. Department of Education. Contact the Department of Education by telephone at 1-800-USA-LEARN or online at www.ed.gov.